There's some good news to report in our election updates. Let's look deeper at the state of the states. So David Pepper, he is the former chairman of the Ohio Democratic Party. I serve right by his side, and author of a book, Laboratories of Autocracy, has been on the grind reminding us all about the important state level government and how important those governments are to creating a more perfect union all around this country. Here we go, let's put it up. To recap all the pro-democracy wins from Tuesday: state houses, flip Michigan House, flip Michigan Senate, flip Minnesota Senate, flip Pennsylvania House, held all majorities, waiting on Arizona, preserved veto in Wisconsin and North Carolina. That's coming from none other but David Pepper. We're gonna keep on reading his thread in the governors. Held Michigan, Kansas, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and more. We flipped Maryland. Yes, we did. Go ahead on, Governor-elect Wes Moore, with your bad self. And Mass. He goes on further. Election deniers kept from running elections in Michigan, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania. And then his next thread in this thread: US Senate, check. We hope that's gonna mean something for the people. And the US House, we praying. We hoping and praying that we will. Yeah, we're hoping that happens. And let's go right straight to Dr. Robert Reich, who's in the House too, letting us know what's good. Fetterman flipped Pennsylvania with a pro-worker platform. Nebraska raised the minimum wage. 4 states banned forced prison labor. DC abolished the sub-minimum tipped wage. Do not forget, our sisters and brothers and family and friends who receive tip wages are only making $2 and some change in most states. Shout out to Fair Wage. Illinois guaranteed the right to collective bargaining. Hello, Illinois. The midterms were huge for pro-workers. That's coming from Dr. Robert Reich. Many of you may recall, may remember that he was labor secretary under President Bill Clinton. And another reminder that Dr. Robert Reich gave us about the importance of the vote of younger adults, how important their votes were this midterm cycle. 61% of younger voters, or 61% of voters younger than 45 backed John Fetterman. In Michigan, the early youth vote was up 207% from 2018. In Pennsylvania, up 318%. In Wisconsin, up 360%. The aspect of the midterms that gives me most hope for our future is the growing ranks of young people in our politics. Dr. Robert Reich goes on to illustrate how and why the younger voters of this country tilted the scale all over the country. He writes, the aspect of the midterm elections that gives me most hope for the future is the growing ranks of the young, as well as people of color and women among American voters and in American politics. He goes on to point out that the reason that the GOP is pulling out all the stops to try to stop people from voting, from making it harder for them to vote, is because they know that by 2028, millennials and Gen Zs will dominate the US elections. And this is what the good doctor said. They are the Republican Party's worst nightmare. They being millennials and Gen Zs. Y'all better go on with your bad self. And the latest data, let's put it up. 27% of young people ages 18 to 29 turned out, the second highest youth voter turnout in almost 3 decades. The aggregate youth voter turnout was 31%. The latest data continues. This age demographic helped decide races in 9 competitive states. And there they go: Florida, Georgia, Michigan, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Nevada, Ohio, Ohio, even though that damn JD Vance won. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. I don't know, I should have just kept it good news. Jessica.
This is good news. It turns out progressive policies and helping working people are very popular things. And I would love to see the Democratic Party make these things central to their platform. And if we can learn anything from this election, it's that where that is centered, we will win, whether it's a candidate or a ballot initiative.
There it is. When we center younger people, people of color, working people of all backgrounds, we will get these kinds of results.